Studio 122. I'm BJ Laudermilk.
And I'm Jared Taylor.
And we're the hosts of a podcast here at Mean Media. We call it Collegiate Corner. It's part of the Fantasy Lions group of podcasts, and we talk about college football in particular.
Yes, we go on every Thursday, I believe, BJ?
Yeah, we record.
That's right, to talk about the past week of games and give you a preview of the upcoming games. And speaking of that, let's get a little preview of what we do. Let's get to some highlights here as one of the big games of the week, Alabama versus Tennessee.
This is
Alabama with the reverse here as they take it in, and whoa, that nobody will be catching him. Then Tennessee driving, and oh no, Josh Dobbs is picked off, and Alabama's going to take it all the way.
Just horrible execution for Tennessee on that in that game, but they were without 6 of their starters.
That's true, and here Tennessee's going to take it up, 14-7. We have a ball game again.
They kept it close for a while,
but here, 45 yards, quarterback keeper Jalen Hurts getting loose.
Making the Volunteer defense hurt on that play.
That's true. He scampers in for a touchdown. And then next possession, though, Hurts is picked off.
That's got to hurt because he wanted that one
back. Later on in the drive, 35-10. On a punt return, Alabama, look at that. That's the 5th missed tackle. What do you think, BJ?
Just shoddy defense. It was not a fun game to watch. Alabama rolled in this one, 49-10.
Yes, and here's the dagger right here. The big fella getting loose. Once again, breaking tackles. Tennessee cannot wrap up. Alabama runs away with this one, 49-10.
It was just not a very good game at all. It was. We thought, a top 10 matchup. It was going to give us more of a game that we had 2 weeks ago now with Texas A&M and Tennessee. And, it just did not live up to the hype at all.
No, it didn't. And the problem is, just like you said, Tennessee, a lot of their starters out with injuries. But, Tennessee I think their luck was going to run out. And, of course, with Alabama coming to town, they had with it being at Neyland Stadium, I guess they had somewhat of a home field advantage. But, as we saw, a lot of miscues, missed tackles. And you just can't do that against a good Alabama team like that.
And now Alabama's got a big matchup that we'll talk about here later on this coming week. But let's go get some more highlights. I think we've got Texas and Iowa State up next.
Texas with a much-needed win here. They said don't give up the big play. And first, Adam Lazard for Iowa State getting down 30 yards.
I'll tell you what, the first half of this game was not fun to watch if you're a Texas or an Iowa State fan. The defenses were great, but the offenses could not get anything going.
The defense making a stop there, holding Iowa State to a field goal. Like you said, the offense struggling here. Looks like they're going to get it on 3rd and 1, and oh no! Deontay Foreman coughing up the ball, and Iowa State gets it back.
How many times has he fumbled this season? I don't think you can continue to rely on him all season long.
Right there, Texas, with the little floater to Armani Foreman, I don't understand it. It holds them to a field goal. But now, 3rd quarter, Texas will start to roll here. Shane Buechele, new quarterback to old QB, Gerard Hurd, wide open.
Heard that.
That's right, Gerard Hurd. If you look here on the replay.
A great block.
It's just blown coverage here, and Texas takes the lead. First touchdown against Iowa State since 2014.
And their first lead as well.
That's right. Then later on, Shane Buechele still on a roll. He's going to find the newcomer. Devin Duvernay getting loose.
And Baylor sure misses him, man. They could have used him as a speed guy outside.
Definitely, because if you look here, Duvernay with the little wheel route, you can't defend the perfect pass. Iowa State not able to pick up on it, and Duvernay has himself a nice little touchdown.
And it's good to see him getting involved in the offense after not having his name called the past few weeks.
Exactly, and now, later on in the quarter, dagger here, 18 yards up the middle. Deontay Foreman, Texas rolls 27-6.
A big win, a win that Texas needed, especially after losing 3 in a row. You get back home, you're still undefeated at home.
That's right. And also, first game since UTEP where Texas does not give up, 40-plus points. And this is the first game this season where they don't surrender a touchdown.
Charlie Strong calling the plays. Obviously, we need to see next week's game how the defense if the defense can continue to improve with Charlie Strong calling the plays. But it's been good so far in that Iowa State game, as you saw.
Mm-hmm. And if you're just joining us here on Studio 122, I'm Jared Taylor with BJ Laudermilk here, and we're talking about our podcast, The Collegiate Corner on Fantasy Lions, which you can hear every Thursday at Fantasy Lions. You can also listen to us on SoundCloud. You can tweet us on Twitter or email us at askfantasylions@gmail for any games you want us to cover or any questions you have. And also, speaking of big games that we cover, the biggest game of the week, BJ, definitely was Ohio State, Wisconsin.
Oh, this one was a classic. This is a top 10 matchup that lived up to the hype.
Of course, here.
In the first quarter, Wisconsin up 3-0. Look at the missed tackles. Ohio State, what are you doing on defense? That's 40-plus yards and into field goal range already.
68-yard run, a fumble, but when they go back, they said he stepped out first. Wisconsin retains possession here.
Good call.
And then Alex Hornibrook, a few plays later, touchdown. Wisconsin leads 10-0.
Wide open. And now we cut to the second half of things. The rain came a-coming in Madison, Wisconsin, and it definitely infected the passing game. As you see J.T. Barrett fire, but it's picked off in the end zone. Wisconsin's still up 10. But you know Barrett wanted that one back.
He's definitely going to want that one back. But no biggie, J.T. Barrett calling his own number later, and we've got a brand new ball game.
The rushing attack had to improve, and it did. It stepped up at a time that it needed to.
Big mistake from the true freshman Hornibrook. Look, and he's picked off. The Buckeyes have a new life.
And down 3, almost the fourth quarter, this game was back and forth throughout.
Now this one here was a big key factor for J.T. Barrett, keeping it on 36. Not only do they get the touchdown, but he is now tied for all touchdowns responsible for with 88 with Braxton Miller.
And look at the Wisconsin answer right back. The fullback plumbing up the middle.
Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling down the field.
And then J.T. Barrett here, 2nd and 11. All day to throw. He could have found a cup of coffee, but instead he'll look deep down the field. And how did he make that catch in bounds?
Now we go to overtime here, and oh no, Hornibrook can't find anyone, and down he goes. The Buckeyes are going to escape Madison with a win. They are 6-0.
Hornibrook will definitely be thinking about that one for the weeks to come, because it could have been your best opportunity to upset a top 10 team this season.
Well, if you look at it, Wisconsin had every chance to win this game, and I really think they should have. But it shows that, how good a team Ohio State is. You're down like that at halftime. You throw a pick in the end zone, but you're still able to come back and get the win on the road.
Wisconsin's held Michigan and Ohio State to close games the past 2 weeks, and now they get Iowa, who's back on a big winning streak after they lost to North Dakota State. So it'll be interesting to watch that one in the Big Ten. But we got some other matchups we wanted to preview this week.
Well, we also want to talk about Western Michigan, 7-0 for the first time ever. PJ Fleck's doing a great job with them. Who can knock off Western Michigan now?
I'll tell you who. Eastern Michigan, they're 5-2. Don't overlook those guys up there, because 5-2 for Eastern Michigan is really good, especially they come off a few winless seasons the past few years.
That's right.
I'll be watching this coming weekend will be SEC matchup. Top 10, Texas A&M travels to number 1 Alabama. Do you think the Aggies can pull off the upset, Jared?
Well, the Aggies have a chance. And speaking of A&M, of course, the game we'll be watching here as Texas A&M Commerce, the Lions go to Angelo State. Now, who wins that one, BJ?
I say Texas A&M Commerce, but I think it's going to be close. I think they win by 10.
By 10?
By 10.
Well, how can you not pick Angelo State? Home field advantage. Commerce has been struggling lately. But you know what? I'm going to go with my gut feeling here. Give me the helmet.
He went lead Corso on us. Oh, my goodness.
Lions by 14.
Oh, wow.
Let's go Lions.
So we hope you've enjoyed this little preview of our Collegiate Corner here on Fantasy Lions. This is Studio 122. I'm BJ Laudermilk.
And I'm Jared Taylor.
And we hope you enjoyed, and we'll come back to you in the next one.
Enjoy your college football Saturday.